Ooh. Service my ass. Right. Whew. It's been a fucking while. Let's go. No, you moron. We'll pretend that didn't fucking happen. No, don't switch to car mode. View map. Oh, it's been seemingly forever since I was able to upload a video, and in that time YouTube has gone from being an interesting place for people who create content that I enjoyed watching into an odd sort of materialistic, narcissistic place full of fuckers. Logan and Jake Paul being the two prime examples of that shit. We've started celebrating idiots and rewarding them with fame and fortune and respect that they don't deserve. Gemma, got mud on me fucking boot. People like Gemma Collins and Joey Essex, the sort of people you wouldn't trust to sit facing the right way on a lavatory. Oh, well, fuck me, it's starting to rain. Personally, I think things like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube these days are responsible for the apparent increase in depression amongst young people, because all you see is people living a life that is apparently wonderful. What am I talking about? Anyway, talking of materialism and narcissism and just the worship of things, material goods over substance, I better give you a walk around on my new bike. So at some point I will pull over and edit this shit together, and that will be a seamless transition. Ready? Right. I assume that is a legitimate puncture repair kit bottle of thingy, as opposed to something that children have been using to addle their brains between sessions of playing Fortnite and stealing shit from old ladies. So anyway, this is the highly technical walk around of the BMW S1000XR. Highly technical because I've been riding motorbikes now for 10 years, which makes me an expert in everything to do with motorbikes. Yeah, ask me any question and I'll be able to tell you the answer. I'll give you an answer. Don't know if it'll be the right answer, but yeah, so here it is. Have a look. Ooh. First thing you will notice is it's pretty enormous, and the second thing you'll notice is it has a quizzical look on its face, like it's wondering what you fucking staring at. It's got a beak like a duck-billed platypus, because all bikes like this need beaks apparently. It's got two wheels, which is just the right number for a motorbike. Yeah, if you're going to get a motorbike, it's worth making sure it's got two wheels, because that is the right number of wheels. Some have three wheels, that's wrong. some have 4 wheels, and that's not right at all. But 2 wheels, right number of wheels. You see, told you I was a fucking expert. I know what I'm talking about. Don't fuck around. It's got a chain that goes to the back wheel, which is the one that pushes it forwards. It's got a red spring. We love a red spring. It's got indicators, 2 on each side. Altogether that makes 4. 2 of them, this is interesting, 2 of them point forwards and 2 of them point backwards. And that's to help people behind you know where you're going, and people in front of you know where you're going as well. There's a top tip. It's got this sat-nav thing that you might have noticed fell off the bike earlier, which we won't talk about. Let's get on, shall we? It's got a steering lock. Technical this is. And here, right here, is where the magic happens. It's got more buttons than are strictly necessary for anyone. Yeah, this is cool actually. Trip computer so you can, it helps it, so if you wanted to fall, it would trip it. If you want to fall over, it will trip. Yep, it's good for going downstairs quickly. Hazard warning lights, lights, indicators, as I mentioned before, 2 on each side, one facing forward, one facing back. A horn, which doesn't work. I wonder if it works now. Ooh, there we go. Start stop mode, you can change the mode. It's got a suspension called skyhook suspension, I think it is, which is the same sort of suspension that Batman uses to pick up Chinese criminals and bring them back to the US for processing. So it's the most freedom-loving suspension you can get. Skyhook suspension. Apparently it adapts to stuff, but I've not seen much of that. I've set it up for 2 people. You can set up the suspension for different modes, and I've set it up as if there's a pillion on it because I'm chubby and I like a nice firm ride. I do enjoy my buttocks getting a pounding as often as possible. Yeah, it's got the motor thingy, which is the sat-nav thing. Ooh. External hours, but well, I know it has. I'll turn it off, and you can navigate through it using this pinwheel here. Except it doesn't work unless the ignition's on, because Jack's clever like that, and he knows exactly how bikes work because he's been doing this for 10 years. Except it doesn't seem to be working now. That's probably because I fucking dropped it. It's got really fucking clever ABS, which I haven't had to use, but apparently if you're leaning around a corner and you slam the brakes on, it won't, you know, kill you, which is nice. Yeah, and it's a fabulous, brilliant motorbike. It's a perfect. This is probably its biggest problem, right? Is that it's a perfect motorbike for practically anything. Now that might not sound like a problem, but it does mean that it's sort of lacking personality, and it's really hard to explain what exactly that means. Before this, I had a Yamaha Tracer MT-09, which was stolen, and that was cheap, and it felt a bit. You sort of knew it was built to a budget. So because of that, it had all these little things that you would notice, but it sort of gave it a bit of, I don't know, a bit of personality. Whereas this doesn't really have that. The only thing this does do is it vibrates like a motherfucker at about 50 miles an hour. To the point where if you're cruising along at 50 miles an hour, when you get off, your hands are just... It's like riding a... Yeah, it's like holding onto a dildo for 4 hours. Imagine that. But yeah, the thing about it being a perfect bike is true. All the reviews have said it's brilliant, and it is. But it's almost like it's too good. and it's very difficult to explain why that's a problem, because it's not really a problem, but it sort of is at the same time. Yeah, but the build quality is fantastic. It feels really well put together, apart from its vibrating problem. There's no rattles, there's no bits that feel like they're going to fall off in your hand. All the switch gear is really tough and well. Oh, it's got cruise control, which is completely... And the thing that still amazes me, and this might be normal now, I don't know, is automatic headlights on a motorbike. So I don't have to touch any buttons. The headlights, it's got running light at the front. I'll show you. So that's the daytime running light, is the middle one. And then when it starts getting dark, or you go into a tunnel, the normal headlights come on by themselves. Adjustable screen. It's really easy. You can just do it on the go. So yeah, that's the bike I'm riding now. Except it's got a lot of extras on it. In fact, I think this is actually the most fully loaded version from 2015. Plus, I've got the engine bars and the exhaust, and it sounds lovely and it goes like a motherfucker. But yeah, it is. Oh, I've got the comfy seat as well for my buttocks. So yeah, see, told you, highly technical walk around of the BMW duckbill platypus. This is actually supposed to compete with the Ducati Multistrada, but really I think it's actually competing with BMW's GS's, because it's wonder. Yeah. Anyway, I've got some riding. I've got my review, which as I said, was a highly technical review. So it's nice to see you all. Toodaloo.